I am so excited. Okay, we are painting today. We're talking about Dave Ramsey, and we're also talking about Paint Party headquarters. So I'm going to be painting a sunset. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to do it on 3 canvases, and I kind of wanted to just create. Okay, I'm excited to just create and just talk so many cool things. So I am doing something very scary today, and I have said that I will publicly show some of the things I'm doing that I'm scared and I could possibly totally fail, enormously right in front of you. Hey, please tell me where you're from as you come on. But that is part of seeing that no matter where you're at, hello Tammy, hello Martha, hey Carol, and no matter where you're at, you can still fail. Hopefully I'll succeed in front of you, but you can still fail in front of, oopsie, I don't know what's going on in here. You can still fail in front of people, okay? So I'm doing this publicly, so if I do fail, hopefully it will give you some, what's the word? Confidence that it is okay to fail. Okay, so here's what I'm doing, okay? I am freaking out. So after I paint this painting, I am headed over to the Ramsey Solution Studios so that I can drop off my gazelle painting to see if they would want to do a collaboration event so that people can learn how to make money to pay off their debt. So please let me know what you think, okay? So let me know what you think. And then also let me know, I would love to know if you have paid off any debt with your paint parties, okay? Let me know if you have paid off any debt with your paint parties. I know for some of my students, they have paid off a ton. And hey, Pat, oh my gosh, I'm so happy y'all are here. So I'm gonna try to paint this really quick because, if you're going to pitch a paint party, you gotta have a couple of different samples, right? So recently, Dave Ramsey and their team did, and a lot of people who had debt-free actually went and did, that one does not want to be, that yellow does not want to be a part of this. So I'm going to go with this yellow. And they recently did a cruise, kind of like how we did in Paint Party headquarters, but it was for people paying their cruise debt-free, which I thought was so cool. So another one of my proposals is to have this painting where, and hopefully we'll do it all together here, we'll have this painting with debt-free, and then people can visualize becoming debt-free and then going on a vacation. Hi, Renee. Hello, hello. Hey, BFFs. If you're in Paint Party headquarters, please say hi. It has been a while since I have painted live on the Facebook, but I'm doing it for 2 reasons, and I'm going to share those 2 reasons with you. But one of the things, I got up really early today because I knew I was going to be conquering a lot of fears today. One of the things that, and for those of you that don't know, I went bankrupt, lost everything before I was 30, and I have listened to so many of Dave Ramsey's podcasts and so many of the things he shares that one time I was listening, Pixie was in the car with me. I was going so fast because I was crying and I was so happy for these people that were doing their debt-free scream that I literally was like going so fast and crying and going so fast that the cop pulled me over and was like, ma'am, you're gonna have to pull, you're going way too fast. I ended up getting a ticket, even though I told him that, I was listening to Dave Ramsey and I just got very excited. He said that his mom listened to Dave Ramsey a lot too, and he understood the excitement, but he didn't let me off with a warning. I'm pretty sure I got a ticket, which does not help with my debt. So anyway, I thought that was just kind of a funny memory of listening to the debt-free scream and then being pulled over and getting a ticket while I'm trying to listen to debt-free screams. So I've been a huge fan. I still, to this day, anytime I feel like, maybe I'm not doing the right things with my money, I'll put on a podcast and just kind of, I feel like he just kind of keeps you in check. He kind of keeps you in check and reminds you to not be stupid. Don't be stupid with your money. I know it's so hard. It's so hard whenever there's things that we want in life, right? But like he says, you got to live like no one else. So later you can live like no one else. So obviously I have listened to a lot of his stuff. But I wanted to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. So today I'm going to go into the studios and bring the Gazelle for Gazelle Intensity. And then I'm also going to bring this painting, which hopefully will turn out great. Again, I'm doing this while talking, while painting. If you've ever tried it, it takes a little practice to carry on a conversation with you while I'm trying to make something look halfway decent. Sometimes my paintings like this look like crap. But I also wanted to show you that I'm doing something scared, because even though I've been doing paint parties for 20 years, there's still moments like today that I'm scared. And here's the tricky part. I am having to, literally the reason why I got on here to do this is because if I publicly announce this and y'all all tag Dave Ramsey, I have to go do it, right? Like I can't say I'm going to do it. I can say like to myself, but then I'd be, lying to myself if I didn't follow through, which I really don't think you want to break promises to yourself. That's one of the things that I teach people is like really make these small promises and then do not break them to yourself. Like make a habit of, making these small promises. But then also by doing this and talking to you about it, I'm going to follow through, because hopefully you'll want to see later. I'll post on my stories what happened. Okay. What happened? Was I scared? Was I nervous? Did anything come of it? Did nothing come of it? All of that good stuff. Okay. So that's what's going to happen. And then also I have something crazy. So we just celebrated our 7th birthday in Paint Party headquarters. I know, 7 freaking years, 7 years in teaching thousands of you how to make money teaching paint parties. Some of you have become debt-free from that. Some of you have just used it for extra fun money. Some of you have used it to go on cool events. Some of you have used it to pay for your kids or your grandkids' summer camps, like all kinds of cool things. And so in honor of Mother's Day and in honor of the 7th birthday of Paint Party headquarters, we are opening the doors early. So we won't open them officially until August. However, right now, because we are honoring mothers and we're also honoring our 7th year, we're going to be opening the doors so that you can join Paint Party headquarters right now, which is so, so cool. Oh my gosh, Tammy has been debt-free for 5 years. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Yes, definitely, Glenda, use it for food too. When I first started teaching paint parties, it was just to have extra money because I obviously needed extra money for going bankrupt, all of that. So if you want to know more of my story, I know I laugh about it, but it's just because I know God used that crazy time in my life for good. And so I think it's important to share that anytime I can, because sometimes we have ups and downs, no matter how financially stable you are. Sometimes, we have moments where we need to hear that other people have things too, right? Other people struggle too. Maybe it's not with debt, but maybe it's with other things. Another really cool thing I wanted to share with you is, and the reason why I'm going to share two other things. And then of course y'all can ask any questions about paint parties that you want. I'm writing it down real quick. Hold on. Wait. I don't want to forget. And, okay. So a few things I don't want to forget. So the reason I also went here too is because if I am being accountable to you to go do what I say I'm going to do, then I'll do it. And then also Mel Robbins, you know, she talks about the 5-second rule, not the one where you grab the food off the ground, but you take actions before your brain catches up. So for example, like this morning, oh man, dang it. Hey, are you laughing at me? Bobby's laughing at me. Okay, so here's how you take a mistake and turn it into something good. I have something to tell you too. Oh, and then I got to tell you all about church this weekend. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy in a good way. Okay, so yeah, I just spilt some red, so I'm just kind of finger painting with it and just adding it on there. It'll be fine. But I want to go ahead and get my edges while I have all this messiness happening. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these edges and paint. Okay, so a couple of things. So, oh my gosh, I have so much to tell you. It's been forever since I've been live, and we have moved to Tennessee, and life is so cool here. Oh my gosh, life is so cool. I love Texas. I'm a Texas girl, but man, I love Tennessee. So Mel Robbins, she talks about taking action before your brain catches up. Okay, so before it can remind you that you shouldn't do that because it may cause embarrassment or rejection, right? So we have to take action fast so that our brain doesn't catch up and that we can do something before. Like, if not, we will never do anything. We will never do anything fun or cool if we always let our brain stop us. Now, who agrees with that? Because I know pretty much anytime I've done something that I really am glad I did, usually it had some fear involved, right? Usually it had some, oh my gosh, what if I get rejected? Oh my gosh, what if something happens? And that is definitely what happened last week. I was teaching a paint party, and because I'm new to the area, I have been teaching Paint Party headquarters to do either join the chamber or do a free paint party where you can get to know people. And so I offered this free paint party for women entrepreneurs, okay? And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this free paint party. And then I had Pixie there to help me. And I said, and Pixie, you know, nobody was showing up. And Pixie said, Mom, and she's 18 now. She said, Mom, if they don't show up, it's okay. We'll all paint the hats. We'll just all paint them. We'll paint all of them. We'll turn up the music and we'll paint them all. And I was like, thank you. I was like, yeah, I needed that, like, just feeling of it's going to be okay. We'll have fun anyway. And so people showed up. They started showing up one by one, you know, and kind of running in here and there. And it just was such a fun night. But I had to take action, even though I was scared. I had to put myself out there in a new area, because if not, I might not ever know some of these relationships. It may take me years to build friendships and relationships. And so one of my main goals, I knew coming to Tennessee, as soon as I knew we were going to move here, one of my main goals has always been to collaborate or do some kind of painting with Dave Ramsey. Now, obviously, I don't know if he'll even allow that, but all he can say is no, right? All he can say is, no, that's not a good fit right now, or whatever. However, I don't know if this awesome, crazy dream could happen if I don't take action, right? If I don't take action and try it. So that's what I'm doing today. So I want you to challenge yourself, okay? What is something, whether it's you are thinking about teaching a paint party, but you've been terrified to do something, and maybe it's you've been trying to get, you know, your aunt, your cousin, whoever together to teach a party for free. Again, just grab some people together and teach for free just to get some practice, and more importantly, to get photos, photos of the finished products, right? All of that kind of stuff. So what is that fear? Tell me, I would love to hear. What in the back of your mind, or what's the pit of your stomach thinking, I want to do this, but I've been so scared. Tell me what that is. I'd love to hear. All right. Okay, let's see if I have any, if I can see the comments. And I apologize for talking with the paintbrush in my mouth. So hopefully I can see the comments, but if you would put in there, if not, y'all can support each other. What is something that you have been fearful of trying? Because somebody may think of you in a negative way, or somebody may think, oh, who does she think she is? Who cares? Who cares, right? Like, that's the thing. Even moving to Tennessee, I had, people thinking like, this wasn't, why would I leave? I lived in a very, very nice house. It was the nicest house we have ever owned. And I loved it. It was a beautiful home, but it wasn't us, right? It was a temporary thing. I knew it the first week we moved in. Me and Bobby had a conversation about it. We knew that it was a temporary place. And we were honestly just, trying to have, let's see. Oh, I'll have to call. Sorry, Bobby sent a message to me. See, squirrel. Anybody else get distracted? I get so distracted by things. But yeah, so we knew the very first week. I remember sitting at this little pizza place that's inside this neighborhood, which is adorable and it's so cute. But I remember sitting there and literally going, yeah, this isn't where we're going to be. Like, we knew the very, very, very first week. We knew. So I want you to think about, like, what is something that you want to do or you want to create for yourself, but you've been scared or you've kind of held back because of fear. And then if you have any questions regarding paint parties, please let me know. Okay, let's see. Carrie says, hey, Heidi, how can you afford to do paint parties for free? Supplies. So here's what I suggest. And that question came from Carrie, and that's a great question. And then Dolores, we'll talk about yours too. Your fear is failure. Nobody will come. I'll actually address both of those. Let me write myself a note because y'all know I like to talk. So Dolores is the fear of failure and no one will come. Okay, awesome. I mean, we'll talk through it, but not necessarily awesome, but I mean, it's a valid fear. And then how do you do paint parties for free? Okay, so Carrie, here's what I'm gonna say first. I'll go through yours first. Paint parties for free. I am not telling you to just always do paint parties for free. What I am asking you to do, and let me know if this is true or not. If you are watching this, you're probably a person who has a paintbrush. Hey, BFF, Kellyanne. You are probably a person who has a paintbrush at your home, okay? So I would like to hear from all of you. How many paintbrushes do you think you have at your house? And this could be if you're not even a paint party business owner, okay? I just want to know how many of you have a paintbrush at your house. And if you do, let me know how many. Because a lot of times we already have everything we need to teach a paint party for a couple of people. We already have it. So it's not like you're having to go out and buy supplies. One of my very first paint parties, I did not have matching brushes. Nope, that was not in the cards back then. I had so many random paintbrushes that I didn't even buy brushes. I just used the random brushes I had at my house. So Martha has about 10 to 15. Carrie has hundreds. Carrie, you're with me. Tammy has 2 trillion paintbrushes. Tammy, I'm with you. I have about 2 trillion as well. So many, right? It's insane. Even if you're just a crafter and you've never done a paint party, you probably have 2 or 3 brushes, if not hundreds, if not 30, if not 300. Like, look at all the comments of hundreds, right? Like, we just naturally, as a crafter, as an artist, we naturally gravitate to buying everything. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna call it like it is. We buy it all, right? We buy every paint we can. We buy every glitter. We just do. That's who we are. My sister does resin, and oh my gosh, I went to her house and she was teaching me how to put resin on a surfboard, how to do this cool technique. And she had enough resin to open up a whole shop. Like she could have opened up a shop. I mean, that's who we are. That's who we are as crafters, as artists. So I want you to, instead of feeling like, I have so much and I'm so embarrassed. No, like, this is who we are. Like, I used to fight it. Now I embrace it. Now I embrace it because I got up this morning. I already poked myself with a needle, but I was trying some new kind of crafting parties, and we just have everything, right? Somebody come to your house, you're like, you want to paint? You want to paint a hat? You want to paint ceramics? You want to paint some wood? Like you want to, create a wreath? Like we got you, right? Because that's who we are. So knowing who we are now, Carrie, and knowing, okay, we probably have all of that already, then what we want to do is think a little bit differently. Nobody's going to ever hire us for a paint party if they have no idea that we've ever painted something that somebody could learn at a paint party. So you could, by watching me right now, you could kind of copy this design and you could teach it to a friend or family member and just grab what you have. Okay, the way I teach people is to have a profit every party. A profit every party. So you grab what you have. Now, if you're in Paint Party headquarters, remember, you have access to the lookbook. So everything is already done for you. You just grab it and go, and summer's ready and it's done for you so you can hit the ground running. You don't have to wait, okay? But if you're new to this and you're like, how am I supposed to do a paint party for free? Heidi, that sounds crazy. Oh my gosh. What I have learned and what I really, really have been focusing on with Paint Party headquarters this year is I have been challenging Paint Party headquarters, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm in a new area, a new state, so I'm literally doing the same thing. Is I'm challenging you to teach a party for free